comes to so many things, and young people like him. Look at you, you know, it's about your future as well, right? So I think that's our challenge. You know, we have a number of initiatives in our district. One of them is over at Savannah High School. Savannah's received a lot of attention, deservedly so. It's California's first P21 school partnership for a 21st century education. And what's going on in Savannah is really authentic. You know, the teachers and the community members about 5 years ago basically asked this question: what does it mean to graduate from Savannah High School? And they created this capstone process, and they inserted a lot of these sort of, we call them the soft skills, right? The 5 C's: character, compassion, creativity, collaboration. Those are all now embedded into a grade, and they have over 4 years. And it's amazing what's going on, because we're getting a lot of attention, and there's a lot of excitement. I participated in 4 capstone interviews for the past 4 or 5 years, and we were there last week. This young girl who is going to, there's all different, everybody's interviewed there, and on paper, some of these kids, you know, they might have just an average SAT, average grades, and the system writes these kids off, where you're not going to a 4-year school, right? And that's what 99% of our schools do. They're written off. But the capstone allows this young people to really reflect on their education and say, you know what, I might have like a 1.9 average, and I might have a low SAT when I'm going places. And the reason why I do have a low SAT is because, you know, my mom is a single mom. I help out at home, I work, and I've overcome a lot to get here. And I'm going to go to a community college. I'm going to be a nurse. Or I'm going to be an accountant. But I have a plan. And that's really how we need to flip education for a global economy. There's another young lady that really touched me. All of them do. They have these stories. But this one girl, she's going to UCI, and she said, you know what? At Savannah, the teachers allowed me to have choice. Rather than imposing, you know, these poets, right, traditional poets, I got to choose a poet who I got to study and really impacted me. And I chose, she's Syrian, she's a refugee from Syria, and she chose a Syrian poet who described Syria as it once was. You know, this country of beautiful beauty and just wonderful people, and you could tell that she has experienced a lot of PTSD, right? Because she could not even express, other than through the poem, what it once was. And she said that at Savannah now, I have found meaning in my education, and I want to go to UCI to become an architect, because one day I will have an opportunity to rebuild Damascus, right? And it's very touching. But it's really what our education is about. So young people can have more of those experiences, and a lot of those experiences have to do with culture and language, right? This young girl, who the teacher had a cultural lens, and that teacher knew how important the cultural identity piece was for our young people, who they are, right? And sometimes it's not just ethnicity, sometimes it's LGBT, right? But it's giving young people an opportunity to find and learn who they are and how they fit into the world. So the language piece, as everybody here knows, is so important. We have, you know, once again, we find ourselves under the gun, you know, with folks on the other side that want to undermine our efforts. So it's really important that we empower our parents and our community to really embrace what we're trying to do here with language and culture, and see it as as education for a global economy, right? And bring in our business partners, bring in our cross-cultural collaboration, and build allegiances that we may not be totally comfortable with. And I was talking to, where's Araceli over there? Araceli was telling me, a community liaison over at Sycamore was telling me that she went to a workshop on this sort of growth mindset, right? That in order to grow, you have to fill you have to put yourself in a place of discomfort, right? That's the only way you're going to be able to do it. But again, we have systems, we have whole school systems that we have to put sometimes the whole system in an area of discomfort, of tension, right? For the right reasons. And I think that's what CABE is all about, you know. That's why we're building on infrastructure of systems and of a vision that will put, whether it's administrators, teachers, classified, parents, business people, make them sometimes feel a little uncomfortable so we can move the entire community forward. And so I think that's our challenge as we go forward, right? It's wonderful. Cynthia was saying it was, what, how many years has it been since you've been in Anaheim to have a regional conference? And this is a packed house, right? This is amazing. Because Anaheim was once the place where, you know, our board members, you know, we had notoriety 20 years ago where they wanted to charge Mexico, right, for undocumented.
Harold
but
Martin.
now,
Harold Martin found her in.
yeah, well, and so, and now we have Mr. Al-Jabbar, one of the first Sri Lankan, a Muslim, who was elected to our board. I gotta say this, Mr. Jabbar, you know, he represents the most Latino area, the most Latino district. So people call him Al-Jabbar, right? Because
From Michoacan.
So, you know, so I'm really, in terms of the CABE family and the California Together family, you know, I think that we're blessed with really smart people, smart leaders, and all of us in here, you know, collectively we can learn and grow and be willing to put each other in uncomfortable places, because that's the way, and be okay with that, right? And like this young girl was telling us how her education in Savannah has made such a huge difference. And the teachers, I don't know who the teacher was, but I'll find out, and I will really commend that teacher for really approaching education through the lens of multiculturalism and diversity, right? Really honoring this child to help build her passion and future. So again, I just want to, if you guys have any specific questions about what's going on, but you know, there's a lot of energy. I'm so proud to be a servant leader at Anaheim Union High School District, and I want to just continue to build this capacity so we can continue to make change for a better world for John and all of our young people. So thank you so much.